Good morning. It is Sunday, June 4th, 2023 at 8:06 a.m. in my locale. It is, again, day off. Ooh. It's raining, which is pretty common here. It looks like it's brightening a little bit in the corners there, but it's been raining since about 6:30 this morning. Yeah, thereabouts. Not crazy, not hysterical rain, but raining. So we got up at, well, yesterday was study. I did study for about 2 hours. We did a little cleanup around here, made some dinner. In case I didn't eat really well at dinner time, I'm sorry. So today I've got some broth cooling for him. We're going to start with broth and work our way up. Okay, I don't know whether he didn't like what I did. I gave him 2 or 3 different things, and he just picked at everything. Could be. Or he's just a pokey eater. So we're going to start with broth, work our way up. Can always take chicken baby food and broth, kind of stir them together and see what he's into. But he's fine. I'm fine. And again, we've been up since about 4:30. I'm just doing some small things. A lot of coffee. Coffee is good. And just trying to rearrange a few things around here. All right, so let's see. Let's go to our daily Zen poem. Oh, it's a long one. Buckle in. This teaching says that all sentient beings possess the true mind of emptiness and quiescence, whose nature is without exception fundamentally pure. Bright, unobscured, astute, and constantly aware, it constantly abides to the end of time. It is called Buddha nature, and it is also called Tathagata. I can believe that, I can understand it, and mind ground. Because from time without beginning it has been concealed by false thoughts, sentient beings cannot realize it, and thereby experience birth and death. The supremely enlightened, feeling pity for all of them, manifest in the world to proclaim that all dharmas characterized by birth and death are empty, to reveal the complete identity of this mind with all the Buddhas. Sung Mi 780. That's going to take a minute to process. Sounds to me like what he's saying is that every single one of us has this potential where our minds are still and quiet, and by doing that you become one with the entire universe simultaneously, which is nice. I'm not sure I want to be one with the entire universe simultaneously, but we can deal with it. Okay, so your false thoughts, birth, death, happy, sad, all of these are just false. They're just things you put in front of it that you think are okay. When ultimately the only pure thing in the world is the emptiness, the stillness. So it's kind of nice. But we'll see where it's going to go. Let's see what that means today, because today has been extremely quiet. Because of the rain, not a lot of birds, not a lot of noise, not a lot of anything. It's just still and quiet. Sure helped my meditation this morning. But let's go to our daily rune pull. We've pulled that one before. That's Jera. That's the cycle rune, 1 year. Right? So I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'll just speed through it, because if you've watched a couple of other ones we've done, we can move very, very quickly through that. That's going to be 110. Beneficial outcomes. Applies to any activity or endeavor you are committed, but not quick results, but a beneficial outcome. That's why cycle, 1 full year. You have prepared the ground, you have planted the seed, now you must cultivate that with care. If you are having a long labor for this, this is encouragement that success is on its way. You have to just keep on going. Be mindful that you cannot hasten the harvest, and that patience is essential for that recognition. Okay. So let's see. Next item, our little book. There are 6 types of ill-fated armies: running off, lax, sinking, crumbling, chaotic, and routed. Now these 6 are not disasters brought by heaven and earth, but the general's errors. Now, if when the strategic power is equal, one attacks 10, it is termed running off. When the troops are strong but the officers are weak, it is termed lax. When the officers are strong, but the troops are weak, it is considered sinking. If the higher officers are angry and insubordinate, encouraging the enemy themselves out of misrestrained anger, while the general does not yet know their capability, it is called crumbling. Let's see. If the general is weak and not strict, unenlightened in his instructions and leadership, and the officers and troops lack constant duties, and their deployment of troops into formation is askew, is called chaotic. I'm going to need a minute to let that process, because that is different than anything else we've just learned today. So, hang on, I'm halfway over. Your obligatory case of you. Anything to say, big guy? Nothing? Oh. He sees somebody outside. And a snort. Alright, you're going back to bed. I'm getting your breakfast in a minute. It's almost cool enough. Alright, let's bring it together. The poem. Emptiness, stillness, quiet is everything. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It is the true nature of reality, and all of this other striving and emotions and all that is false. It's a layer on top of a layer, and it's false. Our rune tells us that we have been working hard. Keep working. Be diligent. Success is around the corner. And you'll notice that when you work hard, time just kind of stops and your head just kind of empties, and you get into that what they call a flow state. I love being in a flow state. I was there for about an hour yesterday doing my studying. Just open book, no noise outside, reading, pen, flow state. That is, to me, peace and tranquility, because you're actually doing something useful, and at the same time, the time is just flying by. You're just moving through time, and you have a function, a value, and a use. Our little book tells us that to look around at what's going on in the world around us. This is how I'm interpreting it. You do it yourself. Your mileage may vary. Look around you. Look at the world around you that is not still, and it is not quiet, and it is not achieving. They're running around like ants, but there's nothing to run around for. If those in charge are not doing well, then the troops are going to be insubordinate and they're not going to fight. And if the ones in charge are very strict, then those troops are going to chafe and they're not going to follow those directions. And if the troops themselves aren't able to function for one reason or another, they don't have the tools, the skills, the everything else they need, then of course they're going to not fight well. So the message I get is, look at the things around you. Thank you. Look at the things around you. Look at the people around you. You know, you're trying to get to a goal. Emptiness, stillness. It's all done. And you can go on to something else. And that is coming as part of that cycle. Whatever it is you are striving for. Remember, in Buddhism, striving that's a no-no, because that's craving. And, you know, the only way to be happy is stop craving. And the things around you, the people around you, look at their structures and systems. Find out why they are failing, or what they are failing, or are they successful? They could be perfectly successful. Who knows? The only thing we do know is that, you know, work. Don't work, kill yourself. Keep on going very diligently. Don't rest, you know, but also don't work yourself to death. Just keep a nice, steady pace. Empty mind. You've got a task. You've got a purpose. This task has a value. Keep going. Which is kind of like my day today. Well, yesterday I was at both podcasts. That was a lot of fun. Much like the old days. I'm not sure that's going to happen again, but if it does, it'll be fun again. And number two, I have some things I need to do here. But again, stillness, Right now, I want the rain to stop. When the sun comes out, then I can go into the back, get the parts I need, get these things done. But I'm going to work slowly, but diligently today. And I know I'm going to be successful in whatever I turn my hands to. We'll hopefully talk to some people today. And hopefully I will be able to spend a little more time outside. Yesterday it was nice, but today it's a little wet. We have to be careful when it gets wet around here because that means the mosquitoes come out. They say it's going up to about 84 today. That's a nice temperature. If the humidity stays down, windows get open, hatches get open. You know, now would be a great day. I have some stuff to do in the kitchen. It's my, every 3 months, I take out everything from under the sink. I wash from under the sink. All that's under there is like my growler, my cast iron, my laundry bags, plastic bags, that type of thing. Take everything out, wipe it down, put everything back in neatly and organized to make sure that we stay as functional as possible. That's a nice thing to do. Mine's empty, just takes care of that. You open it up, I air it out a little bit, wipe it down with a little cleaner, put everything back neatly. We're reorganized, we're ready to go. And some other tasks as well. So, of course, we would be remiss if we did not say it. Anybody want to chime in with me? If you don't take care of yourself, nobody will. Are they like-minded? Do they share my values? Do they have something to offer? Or no to any of those answers, ease them down the road. They should not be there. They are not tribe. And as always, for those of you who are far enough away and you're thinking about what to do today, take that moment, your coffee, tea, get that pad out, write those 3 things on your to-do list, get them done, but don't kill yourself in the process. And for anybody who's out there who's watching this, who is, well, maybe they wanted to be right here in the room with me, or maybe they didn't. I miss them too. And hopefully there will be a time where all of us can be together, happy, successful, and the nonsense and garbage and crapola that the world seems to be shoveling towards us has been sealed off and is away. On that note, I'm going to check the broth, see if it's cool enough for queso, and you guys are going to have a great Sunday. I will see you later. Bye.